Hey Hummingbirds, this is our session 3. We're going to be talking a little bit more about breaking up our behaviors into little smaller habits, and this basically this week is going to focus on what I call bridging our efforts to success in a couple different ways. I got this idea of bridging our efforts from listening to NPR. There was a radio program that's talking about experts saying that one of the best ways to cope with dyslexia is, especially for children, but for adults too, is to find other passions instead of just the reading, where there's a direct link between effort and success. And so again, a child that struggles to read can focus on concentration skills by learning how to cook, by doing art or music, and I find it's interesting because it's not just those with dyslexia that have this need to see the fruits of their efforts immediately. It's all of us, and the closer the gap from our efforts to something new, to seeing success, the more likely we are to stick with it again. So like if we have a lucky strike on bowling, we have a little bit more fun. We have a little bit more inclination to keep bowling, if that makes sense. So this is also the exact reason why so many people fail in New Year's resolutions, or when they start a weight loss program after like a month or a couple months. They don't see the results, or they don't see the results they were shooting for when they first started. And so again, you'll see tons of people in the gym the first of the year, but by February, mid-February, especially March, the number dwindles quite a bit, and that's basically because people aren't seeing the big results of their massive, ambitious goals that they have set, and so they falter because there's no bridge, there's no link between their efforts and the success. And it's also not just fitness related. When I was zookeeper and educator, I would get really frustrated when I talked about important conservation elements, because I felt like I was like completely ignored. Like it would go, you could literally see the words "save this animal" go in one ear and then just leave as soon as they walked away. But I kind of understand. It's one thing to see an elephant or a beautiful bird. I'm thinking that Ballymine comes to mind, and to hear that they're in trouble in the wild. And even when you get connected, if like you fed a giraffe or you touched a dolphin or a penguin, it does connect you to those animals. But and you want to do something for them, but you just can't see how your efforts are protecting that species. And again, with human beings, if it's out of sight, it's out of mind, and that's kind of how it goes with fitness too. So this is why conservation fitness became so important to me. It actually connects the efforts to achieving a goal, such as protecting a species from extinction, with the success you can actually see, such as losing weight or gaining the energy. But it also creates this positive feedback loop. So I feel good about the food that I ate. Makes me feel better, and I have lots more energy. So it kind of brings this momentum. But then again, even before you get over that loop, that hole, you go, oh, and that meal was created with a positive impact on the environment in mind. So like no plastics, or no processed food, no palm oil, sustainably sourced seafood. So creates this positive feedback loop where I feel good and I'm having a positive impact on the planet. And so they get to see the results and know that they are doing something great for the environment. But even when I started trying to coach others about this aspect, I would still find them completely overwhelmed. And again, talking about palm oil just last week, it's a heavy subject. I mean, again, here we are on Halloween, and I'm telling you guys not to eat candy, basically. So, even in the best of circumstances, people would quit because they try to take on too much way too quickly. And again, that brings us back to being a hummingbird. And a little bit more about my point that I want to discuss today. So we may have big ambitious goals, and I completely support that. But I do want you to understand that even with the hummingbirds, or even if you were with a personal trainer, we cannot train you or get you those goals. I can't physically train you to lose weight, and I can't train people to go completely zero waste. What I can do is help you create habits which will support those goals, and then the end result is that you lose weight, you go zero waste, or you get to run a marathon. So we're going to focus on habits rather than the goals that those habits will support. So habits are the cornerstone of healthy and world-changing lifestyles. If you want to save the world, you have to start with yourself, and you're going to need to start with small micro habits. But of course, again, we're going to come back to the issue of sticking with those habits, because we are creatures of immediate gratification, and it is a need to see the results of our efforts. We need that direct connection to success. So the rest of this program, the rest of the hummingbirds, the rest of my sessions with anybody will definitely help with these aspects. We're going to spend a whole week learning about what I call the ABCs of training and behavior change. We're going to focus a whole week on positive reinforcement, which will definitely help with the link between effort and success. But for now, I want us to be able to see what we're doing now, which things are helping us already, and what are our good qualities, and bring it into focus some of the areas that we may want to work. So, I need water. So the best way to achieve this is to journal. We're going to talk. I'm not talking about writing a huge dramatic entry every single day, but it does mean some reflection on your day every day. So again, keeping things kind of small for right now. I just want you to focus on 4 things, actually 3 things, but I'm going to list 4 things. So the first and foremost thing, I want you to remind yourself what you are doing this for. So what is your ambitious, desired outcome for the hummingbird sessions, for starting a fitness program? What is your desired? That's what I call it, your desired outcome. Our hard work and the result of the habits that you will build. This is what you are working for. I want you to put that in your journal every single day at the top of the page. So I want you to write, big dream, write in big letters, and then every single day. And then I want you to write underneath that, what's one thing that you did to progress towards that goal? And if you did 20 things, great. If you want to write about it, that's fantastic. List everything that you did, or just one thing. But focus on what's the one thing you did really well today. And then we're going to go into a little bit later, working on the nuances of this. But what's one thing that needs work or you want to improve on? And again, we'll go over a little bit more of how we can handle ourselves with this, but I don't want you to fester on that one aspect you want to improve. Just as a neutral statement, what's something I need to improve on? We are not the cows. We aren't ruminating over mistakes. We're hummingbirds. We're doing what we can, but we are going to make a factual statement. This is something I did really, really, really well. Here's something that I did that needs work, basically. And then the last thing I want you to write in your journal, something you're grateful for. It can be something super simple. I don't have my kitties with me. I was looking down. Such as, I'm so grateful to have a fluffy white kitty who lets me smother him when I need snuggles. Very simple. Or it can be something huge that happened that day. It could be, I saw a car wreck. I'm so grateful that I have, a healthy life, and that I wasn't involved in the car wreck, and I'm grateful for the firemen and the EMTs that would come and help save someone's life. It can be, again, it can be outside of yourself, even something that you can reflect on that happened to you today, or just something that you're grateful for. I have a wonderful husband. I have a wonderful family. So those are the one thing times 3. So one thing you did really well, one thing that needs work, and then one thing that you are grateful for. And this practice, again, I promise you, will bridge our efforts with success. If you want to expand on that journal and make it like a food exercise, I have some of those that I keep around. I don't use them very often, but again, this is a really great one. This is the Bob Greene, The Best Life. Again, I got it for free on paperback swap. But if you get a good look at this, it's got all these are daily things. So we're talking, he has the week and the date, but then he also has daily reflections that he wants you to focus on. But then you have this whole page, to write great things that you wanted to include in your journal. If my journal has become a little bit more of a reminding me of great focuses, and again, it gets a little busy, and you don't have to make it this busy right now, unless you want to. If you want to just keep it simple, that each page is one thing that I'm doing. There's the 1, 2, 3, and with your grand goal at the top. That's terrific too. Do what is comfortable for you. Do what you are capable of doing. But that is our project, our homework, so to speak, for the week. Get, buy, create, find, manifest a journal of some sort, and then think about what are you in here for? What was your grand dream that you have, that you would like to get out of the Hummingbirds, out of a fitness program, or out of connecting with others about conservation fitness? It can be, I want to eliminate plastic completely from my life. I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to do a triathlon at some point. It doesn't have to be a big triathlon. I want to train for a triathlon. Think, be grand, be bold about it. But also start thinking about. We're going to get into this in the next couple weeks. But start thinking about what are some little things that you can do to support you and help you achieve that goal. And then we're going to go over that in the next couple weeks. But again, start on that. So we have Thursday, Friday, so we're going to be meeting on Monday. So you have over the weekend. If you, again, I would hope by Sunday or Monday you can have a journal of some sort. It can be I have notebooks too. Again, it doesn't have to be a journal. It can just be a notebook that you can write your notes in. It can be a calendar of some sorts. Again, if you want to make it super simple, I have all kinds of calendars. So again, just jotting down your 1, 2, big dream, and 1, 2, 3 big, and then and for every day. That works too. But again, if you want to share some at the Hummingbird meeting, great. We'd love to hear about it. But we're going to, again, talking about how we bridged our effort to success. One little thing at a time, micro habit. What's one thing that you can do to help you towards your goals, to help keep you moving towards success? And yeah, there we go. Under 15 minutes. I will see you guys on Monday, and remember to eat clean, live green, train positive.